Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Solo Game. Apparently, the intro or the outro don't want to work this week for whatever reason. Just give me a sec. Alpha's not here yet for whatever reason. Let me just share this out. Uh, Since we are live. Of course, tonight, as you might be able to tell from title, it is Star Wars characters. Of course, that will entail movies, TV series, could be comic books, video games. Just the only way not is probably more novels, just because you don't really get too many pictures with novels, except for maybe a front cover or something like that.
Sometimes that's all you need, though.
Sometimes, yes. Hello. But, even with everything else, not discounting the novels, for that stuff, that is a lot of stuff to go with. So.
Hmm.
And how are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty good.
Almost startled me a little bit. Talking and then suddenly the voice.
Yeah, just make things interesting.
Yeah. Uh, so, uh, sending out some stuff. I think I got everybody able to. We have Fitzchozo here. He's saying hi, everybody. Well, welcome, Fitzchozo. How are you tonight? Are you ready for
Oh, it's,
Star Wars? Now, how well do you think you're going to do, Alpha?
um,
You've seen
I don't
nothing.
think I'm gonna do too good. I'm
No.
gonna do okay, but then I'm gonna run into characters I don't even know.
Uh, you think I was able to find characters that you don't know?
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of movies.
Yeah, a lot of media out there. Probably the one harder would be almost harder, I'd say, is Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm not even that into Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, I just mean because what's the name of it? It's had a few shows, and most of them have lasted a season or two. Um, I'm not sure whether it's had more shows than Star Trek now or not, but no, I don't think as many seasons, and definitely with the few that they've had, not as many episodes, because of course we know original, Next Generation, Voyager, DS9, the Enterprise, they were all like 20 plus episodes a season. Hello, Joyce Louise. How are you? Josh Lewis, how are you? We're just waiting for about 15 after or playable people to come in. See whether you can guess the silhouettes of various. This week it's Star Wars characters. Each week it's a little something different. I'm thinking of doing 80s manga next week. If I can, if Metal comes by and I can get a big read to help me with that. Otherwise, man, you probably won't have a problem. But were you going to say something?
No, I just like the idea of 80s manga.
Uh, oh, I thought you said you were going to say something before that. So,
No, no, I was just excited from that.
uh, I think I know. think I might actually know who Joss Louise is. Sorry, let's try that again, guys. Oh. Hey, Outcast. How are you? Outcast is here. Okay.
Hello, Outcast.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, Outcast. I don't know why, but on the one, it's not showing you typing. Okay, I see it in there, but I don't see it on what's the name of it? What's this thing called again? OBS. But I see that it's on YouTube one. That is weird. Now it's coming up. Oh, I'm good. How about you? Yourself had to change my account. Oh, so Jose Luis is I guess you then. I knew I recognized the name from somewhere. Think Outcast minorly doxed his real name.
Oh no. Not sure whether it matters to him or not. So, Outcast, are you ready for Star Wars characters tonight? It shows are you ready for Star Wars characters? But yeah, last week we not sure whether people noticed. Fitzchozo is now in second place, thanks to last week. Whoa.
With 212 points. And that's just on the regular leaderboard. If we actually look at the points for all season, he is technically in first place. All the points he's earned for the whole season is technically more than Outcast by 2 points, but because he's spent points to try and make points, he is a little bit lower on the day-to-day, the week-to-week leaderboard. So he does a few more of those gambles, and if they pay off, he could potentially end up having earn the most points for the season. He might not be at the top at the end of the season, but he might have earned because he might have spent some of his points during the season.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, says it doesn't on my other YouTube channel say daily dose of tool reviews. I say my name all the time. It doesn't say on my other YouTube channel daily dose of tool reviews. Okay, I'm not sure. I say my name all the time. Okay. Yeah, well, there I guess you're up talking and all that, so it's different than here where you're just in the chat usually. So I was telling Tim about tonight's subject, and he said he's going to dominate. My real question is, Tim, is, and I said to him, "You always say that." And then, but right now it's like, is he even going to show up?
We shall see.
There, that might be better too. I got my yeah. Mike was on the floor. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Off the floor, Mike.
Is it a mic drop moment? No, we shouldn't drop Mike. Fitzgerald says, I almost dozed off before the show or since the show started. Hey, Chris is here in the chat and says he's not even here. And technically with Chris here, I'm sure he will be guessing a little bit. That is 3 people, so we can start a couple minutes early. So is everybody ready for the silhouette game? It's time for round 1. Engage. Oh, wrong universe.
I forgot to use the soundboard. There we go.
So, we are on round 1. Do you think you know who this one is?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You don't think I'm tricking you? No,
No,
not on
no.
round 1.
Not this time. If you got me on round 1, I'd be embarrassed.
Especially for Star Wars, eh?
Mm-hmm.
We do have 2 answers in the chat. We're waiting on Outcast. Chris Tomalevich has said Luke Skywalker. And then Fitzgerald says Luke. Outcast says Luke Skywalker. And that's the 3 people that are here at the moment. Guessed. So we can do the reveal, but before we do you agree with them? Do you think it's somebody different?
No, I believe that is the farm boy, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, they were moisture farmers.
Mm-hmm. They were thirsty.
Outcast says, caught me off guard there. Yes, it's Luke Skywalker. He never did walk in the sky. He flew in the sky, but never walked.
That's true. That's a good point. False advertising.
Okay, so let's changing my Okay, so we got Chris in first place, followed by Fischozo, followed by Outcast. You don't usually see Outcast in third place. But as he said, I caught him a little bit off guard there. So the Force was with everybody in round 2. Let's see whether we can see whether they can force out some other right answers. Now, do you know who this one is?
Yeah, I believe so. Just got to remember it's round 2, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It should be easy. If you've never heard of Star Wars, it would probably be like difficult. But
I think
this is round 2, it should be.
I think even if you barely heard of Star Wars, you would possibly recognize this silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is in the chat and he says Leia. Fitzchozo says Leia Organa. And Outcast, third place again, says Princess Leia.
So
Hmm.
we have our 3 people in the chat saying stuff. You believe they're correct, or
Leia, I hardly know her. Yeah, Princess Leia Organa.
yeah, I use it all 3. And yes, simple round, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It is, of course, Princess Leia. And the results are the same as last time. Chris in first, followed by Fitzchozo. And again, Outcast in last place. Outcast says, my phone is lagging!
Hmm. That tends to happen.
Okay.
Fast forward the stream. It'll help. Double speed it, and then it'll catch up.
But can you double speed it when it's not... when it's live?
Yep, that's what I used to do.
Okay. Okay, so, everybody was blasting away in round 2 and hitting their target. Let's see whether they can blast the right target in round 3. Okay. Do you think you have round 3 as well?
Yep. I think I do, unless you get something really underhanded and tricky.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Would I do something like that?
Well, maybe not this time, since this is the first time we're doing Star Wars. If this was the second time, it would probably be all weird, throwing people off.
Yeah, because, well, if it was the second time, yes. I couldn't do I'd do easy characters, but not maybe quite this easy. We do have our answers in the chat for the people here. We have Outcast trying to take back his first place. We're saying Chewbacca, followed by Chris saying Chewbacca as well. And Fitzchozo says Chewie.
Crunchy.
And then says Fitzchozo says, I'm probably going to stop getting points at a certain point because I'm not a Star Wars nerd. Yeah, well, that may be true. But remember, Fitzchozo, if you think somebody has the right answer in the chat, don't be afraid to copy them and get yourself some points that way, some extra points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the worst thing you do is copy them and they're wrong and you don't get any points. But you want to know something? If you don't put an answer in, for sure you're not getting any points, right?
That's right.
You end up the same way, but you could end up with a point at least, maybe 2 if you're quick enough. So yeah, everybody's basically saying Chewbacca. Do you agree with them? Do you think they're wrong?
I agree.
Yeah,
Chewbacca the Wookiee.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that.
I just thought I'd do something weird with it. Yes, it's Chewbacca, Chewie, as he is nicknamed. So Outcast takes back his first place, but can he keep it up? And Chris is bumped into third, and then that puts Fitzchozo in third. Did I say that right? I hope I did. Anyway. Well, we didn't have to let the Wookiee win in this round. But everybody else won, not the Wookiee. And since we don't have Chewbacca in the next round, let's see who wins this next round. Will it be the contestants, or the silhouette?
Ooh, that one can probably trick a few people. Oh, I forgot the horn again. Oh well, it's too late. Let's not do that.
Don't want to horn in on something?
I guess that's one way of putting it.
You don't want to get too horny?
Okay, no, it's a family show. Family show.
Oh, we've got two
Don't answer all at
answers.
once.
Well, we do have two answers in the chat. We have Chris saying Boba Fett. We have Fitzchozo saying Mandalorian. So we're just, of course, waiting for Outcast to decide which. Chris says, "I'll bet it is the Mandalorian." Laugh out loud.
You got to see. It's a risk you may have to take.
Yeah, well, Chris has already said Boba Fett. That was his first answer. And, of course, you only have a one chance. So, Outcast does say the Mandalorian, Din Djarin. So, we have, like I say, Chris saying it's Boba Fett. Fitzchozo and Outcast saying Mandalorian. Who do you think is right?
This is number like really early in the numbers. I'm gonna say Boba Fett.
You should have went with the other two people, because this is the Mandalorian.
How dare you? How dare you trick me?
Yeah. Well, I chose the Mandalorian. Yes, it was easy enough to get them confused with Boba Fett. But since we're doing Star Wars in the honor of the Mandalorian and Grogu coming out tomorrow,
Right.
I figured it was only appropriate to put him in.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I guess.
Fitzchozo says, I haven't seen the show and yet I still know the correct answer. Well, too long for who, anyways, Chris? Chris says, I think the cape is too long. Yeah. He said.
Too long to be Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that gives Fitzchozo first place. Outcast second. And nobody in third. Yeah. Oh, he's saying for Boba. Yeah. So that was a little upsetting for some people.
That was a stretch. That was a stretch.
Yeah. But some people were ginning the right answer. That's even more of a stretch.
Yeah.
So here is round 5.
Ooh. Okay, I think I know who this is. This may get some people.
We have Outcast saying Admiral Akbar. Along with Chris. And Fitzchozo just says Akbar. So, do you think they're correct? Do you think this is somebody else?
I agree. I I believe that is Admiral Akbar. Otherwise, it's a trap.
Yeah. Chris says I totally followed a Casco. Well, you know what? This is a trap. I put him in just so I can say that. Or people follow for my trap. Something like that.
Mhm. It could have been a trap. But it wasn't.
So we have Outcast in first, Chris in second, and Fitzchozo in third. So we are officially over the easy ones. Now, the next one still might be fairly easy. It's hard to tell. You know, I know Star Wars half decently, so, you know, I probably would have got most of these myself too. So I know Akbar might have given me a little bit of a trouble just because there's not a lot to distinguish, but the head does do it, and that's what I was thinking most people would get. The head would give it away for Admiral Akbar. So, that was not a trap. Well, round 6, be a trap.
Ooh. Okay, now it's getting tough. Got some of them you could tell right off the bat, and some you have to think a little bit about.
Yeah, this one you probably have to think a little bit about for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure how. I probably wouldn't get this one myself. We have Outcast in the chat saying Anakin's mom.
Ooh.
So we're just seeing whether Chris just leaves something blank, and we haven't heard from Fitzchozo yet. And Chris says Shimmy Skywalker. And that's at least how I think you pronounce it.
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop.
Chris says I googled it and then couldn't get her to top taste. Okay. Well, Fitzchozo doesn't want to try and answer. I guess. Do you want to use Outcast or Chris's answer, Fitzchozo, or are you just gonna go whatever? Still not gonna answer. And while we're waiting to hear from him, do you think either of those guys is correct in the chat? Outcast with Anakin's mom, or Chris with Shimmy Skywalker, or however you pronounce it?
There's a chance. There's a chance. You never know. It may be someone else.
True. Oh, crap. I accidentally did it again. I can't reveal. I put the silhouette on top of the actual image that I grabbed. So I can't I can't reveal it, but it is Anakin's mom, Shimmy Skywalker.
Oh, okay. Well, it worked, everyone.
So I will give it to Outcast with that. Not the exact name, but it's the person, so. And I know it was the same person, Chris. I was playing with Alpha there a bit because I don't think he knew that Shimmy Skywalker was his the name of his mom.
Yeah, you have to be careful, especially this early.
We got Raul here. He's saying olive oil. Well, definitely not olive oil, because this is Star Wars, and olive oil is not in Star Wars.
What?
She's in
No way.
Popeye the Sailor Man. He's strung to the finish because he eats his spinach. And I don't know the rest.
He's Popeye the Sailor Man. That's the rest of it.
Okay. Anyways, let's shimmy out of round 6. And shimmy into round 7.
Okay, I think I know this one. I think.
Raul's joking around. You didn't watch Accolade? No, I didn't.
Nope.
No, I think I did. I think I watched that one. Raul saying, Princess Chewbacca. Zsa
Of
Zsa.
course. Everyone's favorite. Everyone loved Princess Chewbacca.
Wouldn't it be Prince Chewbacca?
Oh, well, Princess is a new character. Maybe Chewbacca's a last name. Chewie Chewbacca.
Outcast says, Bib Fortuna. Fitzchozo says, Grievous. Raul says, the blue guy. I'm not sure who the blue guy is. And then Chris says, yeah, Bibba. You think anybody's got the right answer?
Yeah, I think someone probably got that right answer.
Well, you think it's Outcast or Fitzchozo, Chris? Or do you think it's somebody different?
I think it's Bib. I think it's Bibba.
Well, I think and Raul says Bibba. So, well, Bibba, I think is Raul and Chris copying Outcast for Bib. So, just because he added an A. And yes, they've bibbed on the right guy. This is Jabba. I believe Jabba the Hutt's, guy that answered the door. Bibba Fortune. So.
Bib Fortuna.
Okay, so we have Outcast first, followed by Chris, followed by Raul. Chris says, I typoed. Laugh out loud. Bibba. The A part, I mean, says Chris. Yeah, I know. What, yeah. Okay, so that was round 7. People were definitely bibbing on the right character there. Let's see whether they can bib on the right character for round 8.
Okay, this is a tricky one.
We do have one answer in the chat. so far? Chris is saying Han in a trooper suit. Then Fitzjoseph says Han Solo. And then Outcast says Han Solo. And then Raoul says Luke. Well, we already had Luke, so it's definitely not Luke. Do you think they're correct in thinking this is Han Solo?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the hair.
Well, I think Chris got this for everybody. Solo. Yes, it is Han Solo in the Stormtrooper outfit. I actually went looking for what's his name from the sequels in the Stormtrooper outfit. I came across this by accident, and I thought, ooh, maybe I can trick people with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was trying to trick people. He admitted it. Stream.
Oh, I admit it all the time when I do. So Chris is first, followed by Fitzchozo, followed by Outcast. Okay, so let's see. We are in round 9. Or will be in round 9, and when I get back to this, we'll shoot down round 8 and see whether we can shoot first in round. See who will shoot first in round 9.
Nothing comes to mind at the moment for that one.
Chris is saying Owen Skywalker. Fitzgerald saying, I have no idea. Although Chris really messed up Skywalker. Raul is again playing around and saying Princess Leia. Outcast is saying Owen. You think they're correct? Anybody there? Well, we know Raul. Yeah. We know Raul isn't because we already had Princess Leia, and this is. I'd say it's almost positive this is not a girl. So you think?
Hard to tell.
You think Chris and Outcast are right with Owen Skywalker?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Uncle Owen.
Well, you want to know something? You all own the wrong answer. This is.
I don't even know who that is.
That's Haja Estri from Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then I think he's been in a couple things afterwards, too.
I've never seen this man before in my life. A stranger invaded Star Wars.
Says, laugh out loud, never seen it. Yeah, well, somehow I knew very few people probably would have watched it.
Number 9. Why you have to do that on number 9?
If number 9's this bad, wait till...
Oh, no.
Okay, well, it seems no one owing that right answer. Let's see whether they'll be owing this answer.
Oh boy. It's like hit number 9 and now everything's gonna just destroy everyone.
Well, it depends on how much of the various Star Wars series you've seen or movies.
Mm. Good luck, everyone. You're gonna need it.
Outcast says Omega. Chris says Eva from Clone Wars. Raul says no idea.
Hey, that's how you know you've gotten people when everyone's given a different answer.
Well, we're just waiting on Fitzchosa to see whether he's going to copy Outcast, Chris, or just give his own one, or just give up. Fitzchosa says he's not guessing. So we have two guesses. Omega, Play Outcast, and Eva from Clone Wars.
Well,
Do you have?
I'm not familiar with either,
Ah,
so I'm just gonna guess Eva. This is evil Eva.
well, you don't want to know something?
What?
You were eving the right answer. Or wrong answer, I mean. This is Omega.
Oh no!
This is the last answer. No. This is the Omega answer.
Oh man, I missed it. I don't know all this new Star Wars stuff. I just know stuff from like 20 years ago.
This is from a show called The Bad Batch. Star Wars The Bad Batch. It is actually a pretty good show. I would recommend it.
Okay.
I think
Anything that's animated, I'll give a shot, usually.
Chris says, I'm old Star Wars. And actually, I just noticed this is actually a toy of hers that I used to get the silhouette from.
Oh. The helmet threw me off. No, I just didn't know the character. I've never seen this.
Well, it wasn't the last answer, but it was an Omega answer.
Mm-hmm.
And neither will this one be the last answer because it's only round 11. Ah!
Ah! You gave it away. Everyone gets points because he made a mistake. Even though I have no idea what that guy's name was. I recognize him, I just don't know his name. Actually, okay. If anyone can name him. Because I wasn't paying attention when I watched the movie. What's that guy's name? Does anyone even know his name?
Oh. Clip Studio there.
Well, I guess that's the ultimate clue, huh? unless they weren't looking at the screen and then they heard you yell and they were like, "Whoa, whoa, what I miss? What I miss?"
Okay, there, it's back up. Yeah.
All right, I'll probably have to edit that out of the stream later for the people watching at home.
Raoul's like, I have no idea. Outcast is Hux. Massima is Xylo.
What?
Raoul
Even with a
says
clue.
Xylo. Well, I think Massima, if I know who he is, Xylo is not a character in Star Wars.
Oh,
Chris
boy.
says, I saw it, but I don't know his name, so I'll say Hux. Mastema says, perfect timing to come in.
Mhm.
And I'll take it Fitzgerald isn't guessing.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
So, but if he puts the answer in after I reveal it here. Yes, it is Hux. It is General Hux.
Mm-hmm. For shame. How could you miss it? How could you miss that?
May not know. Okay, so
No one paid attention to the sequels. For shame.
so the question is, people, would have you got it without the clue? Big clue.
Mm. It's a good question. I wouldn't. I would have thought it was Tarkin.
Chris says no. Hux, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Joelle, not without Outcast, honestly. Yeah, that's all right, Chris. Well, give me a sec, people.
Okay. See, everybody's got an Uncle Charlie. He didn't mute himself. You gotta mute your mic when you take phone calls. No, there was an Uncle Charlie on the show, My Three Sons. He liked to cook. That's an old show, so you guys probably don't know that. What? He's not gonna bring those meatball things that he makes? Now, if he made the meatballs, that would be better. Have dollar stores in Canada? Don't they have loonies? They have dollars. They have loonies. That money, what ducks on it? That they call loonies. Hmm. Ducks. We're talking about ducks, not bucks. Loonies. Loonies. Hmm. Very Canadian. Everybody's got an Uncle Charlie. So, what was that about?
Oh, that was my Uncle Charlie going up north tomorrow tomorrow and Saturday to spread some of my dad's ashes on the annual fishing trip. He wasn't gonna do it, then it got changed earlier this week to being able to do it, so
Oh, that's sad.
so yeah. Well, it's a good thing, you know. Well, it's bad but good, you know, because my dad died, you know, like July last year. But you know, it's also good because he came to know Christ just before he died. So you know, he's now with Jesus. So that's awesome. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, yeah. So, and it's just you know, no matter what, he was wanting he got cremated, and he was wanting his ashes spread, you know, in a few different spots. One spot was, you know, where they did a lot of the fishing trips that they had every year. So, and you know,
That's interesting.
I went last year for the first time actually because of what was happening with him, and you know, I was sort of wanting to go this year no matter what, but you know, with everything happening with my dad, for sure, they're going to be spreading his ashes. I definitely want to go there. So,
Just make sure it's not windy.
yeah.
That would be
uh,
horrible.
okay, so what were you guys talking about before while
Oh,
I
we were
was,
talking about how everyone has an Uncle Charlie.
oh, okay.
Have you ever seen the show My Three Sons?
yeah, no. Well, I say, I'm
No?
probably saying, I saw clips, but I've never watched a full episode. I can't remember
Yeah,
them
it
all.
was a show from the 60s,
Yeah,
and they had an Uncle Charlie who
uh,
used to bake.
yeah. Well, nobody heard me. The audience didn't hear me say Uncle Charlie. Just you, because I turned my mic off on
Oh,
OBS.
okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I thought it was just so it was just me. Okay.
yeah. But now they know. But which is all right. I
But
just,
spaghetti? You're taking spaghetti?
well, maybe I don't know. I was just thinking something I
What about those
had.
meatballs?
I was just. Oh, you mean Arnicini?
Yeah, arrotini. You'll be fancy.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
fancier Italian option.
yeah. Well, I would, but getting them might be a little bit hard right now because they're at my work, which I'm not at every day. So,
Oh, okay.
anyways, let's see what Chris is saying. Outcast says I wouldn't have known without the answer without my son. Awesome. Chris says, what was it called again? What was what called again? Did you see that to answer
Bad
that?
Batch.
Oh yeah, the Bad Batch. Yeah, yeah. It was pretty good. I think it lasted 3 seasons, 3 to 4 seasons. Um, I would highly recommend it. I liked it a lot. Um, it's about some clone troopers that were not normal clone troopers. Anyways,
Or a bad batch of clones.
yeah. Massima says, thought it was all trading posts. Mooses. Oh, are you saying Canada? He's just teasing. Chris says, happy sad about my dad. Nice says, thing. No bad fishing in Canada. Yeah, although I'm not really somebody who fishes a lot. I did a little bit with my dad when I was younger, but never really got to it. And then, of course, he says, and then he docks Uncle Charlie. Well, I just said I have an Uncle Charlie. I didn't say much more than that. So, and then Chris says, I guess that's about the Bad Batch. Anyways, we are caught up. So we just did round 11. And people got a little hint at round 11 because I thought I had did the whole silhouette for it, and I guess I didn't. Guess I have to make sure I check. Well, heck, I've done the reverse, put the silhouette over. I haven't completely forgot to put the silhouette in. Anyways, I guess we're on round 12. I don't know how to segue into round 12, so round 12.
Oh no. How could you? That is super difficult.
Thought I had it right. Yes. Rich Joseph, I have no idea.
I could give it a shot, but I'm not so sure I know it either.
I thought, let's see. Massa, a witch on two plungers wearing a giant mushroom cap. Outcast says Todo.
Dun, 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 dun.
And Chris says, Toto, it is. And Fitzgerald's not guessing. So, do you think, do you think Outcast is correct?
Yeah, this guess is as good as mine, which is mine is no guess. So this guess is mine.
Master says, sorry, I thought this was a Rorschach test for a second. Well, I'll have to say, ta-da! It is right.
Where's this character from?
I think it's one of the animated series, the CD, whatchamacallit animated. I knew when I grabbed it, but that was yesterday, or when I was looking up characters.
Yeah, you've slept since then.
Yeah. So we got Outcast for number 12, and then Chris. Cad Bane, Clone Wars says Outcast. Cad Bane is a name with it too. Yeah, I think he's Cad Bane the droid.
Oh, the blue guy who shot Boba Fett in the head. I think.
On Google, laugh out loud. Okay. Ta-da! No more round 12. Ta-da! It's round 13.
Oh. Okay.
Do, 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 do. So, any ideas who this might be?
I think I do, but you never know. You never know, especially on round 13.
Fitzgerald says, once again, not guessing. Chris says, is that Vader's ghost? Well, I'm not going to tell you one way or another. You have to say.
You have to guess.
Yeah. Mathema says, what's the name? Thatusus Jedi?
Maybe.
He says, Chris says, I'm guessing that. Fitzjoseph says, I'm really just waiting until the announcement of what next week's Silhouette game is. Hello, Angel Star. How are you? He says, hello. Do you think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan if you've watched the Maul Shadow Lords? Do you think the pink Twi'lek Devon will become Darth Talon? I have not watched that.
Oh, I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think she's going to start getting all the tattoos. That's going to be her origin story.
Chris says Vader's ghost is my guess. Do we got Outcast got a guess yet? No, not yet.
Because the Darths, the Vaders, and all that stuff have to get, they get christened. When they get knighted, they get new names. So I think that they're going to end the show with her getting a new name and getting all the tattoos.
Okay. What show is that?
The Darth Maul show. He has an apprentice.
Oh, okay.
And since I think these are prequels, or like they're in between, like they're after the prequels, but in between that and the New Hope. So I think that, I think this is an origin story.
Chris says the one from Return of the Jedi. Outcast says Obi-Wan. The hair might not be right though. So we have Chris saying Vader's ghost, which by Vader's ghost do you mean Anakin Skywalker, Chris? Can you just not think of his name? And then
Oh, there's two of them, you know.
And then Outcast says Obi-Wan. So do you think Chris is right, or do you think Outcast is right?
I'm gonna say Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. Because the rope is so loose.
I'm not sure whether in Return of the Jedi they did know his name or not. I'm sure, what's his name knew? Lucas?
They said it once or twice. Empire Strikes Back, they said the son of Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, they did know.
It's just that he didn't make a big deal about it. You would think he'd be like, I'm a father. I have a son. What?
Yeah, especially when he thought his wife didn't
killed
give
his
birth.
wife, you know?
Yeah. Mastema says Darth Elvis. The characters had to, but I don't remember if I heard the name. And Chris says that makes sense. Well, surprisingly, we do have a right answer in the chat, but we don't have a right answer on the panel. It is Anakin Skywalker.
Oh no, I was wrong.
It is the
Anakin's ghost.
Yeah, it is the original actor that played Anakin Skywalker.
Oh man.
Because they had a different person play the ghost. They replaced him in Return of the Jedi after, I believe, after they did their prequels.
Auditions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there were a lot of people who originally saw it and they were like, who is that? Who's that guy? So George Lucas was like, instead of having people say, who's that guy? They'll be like, oh, it's Anakin, but he's young. You tricked me.
Well, I'm surprised somebody got it. Because I forget what I was looking up. And again, it was one that, ooh, this could be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I found Sebastian Starr. That's how I found it. I went and got a list of all the people in Star Wars, and I accidentally kept the actor's name for the original one. I looked up Sebastian Starr, and this came up. And I'm like, oh, oops, I messed up. He's not an actual character in it, but he played the original Anakin Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like...
Yeah, he was a pretty big guy. He was a bodybuilder.
I thought, okay, that's perfect. Really messed with people because more people would think of Anakin Skywalker. Yeah, from, Anakin Skywalker from, the two prequel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Outcast is like, good call, Chris. He said Sebastian Starr actor. Chris says Google is great tonight. I searched old men Jedi, and he was one. Laugh out loud. Okay, so we've put there. So somebody got ghosted, somebody didn't in that round.
Uh-huh. Literally.
Let's see whether anybody's ghosted in round 14.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Yeah, this is round 14, all right.
Chris is,
Oh boy. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. Are you saying that you have no clue?
I don't know.
Chris says, Chief Chirpa.
Yeah, it's okay just to make up names sometimes.
Outcast says Chief Chirpa. I think they're not making up a name. I think they're trying to go for the Ewok chief.
Oh, they're just copying each other.
Yeah. Chris says an Ewok, but I don't think that's right. No, Google has him, but he's not looking as good as I thought. And Chris says, yep. Well, and I take it Massima. Massima is just throwing out wacky ones. And I take it Fitzchozo isn't going to guess. So, do you want to go with their answer, or do you want to say something else entirely?
The chief.
Well,
That seems to be popular.
this is a chief, but not that chief. Well, I don't. Well, she's technically not a chief because she's not an Ewok, but she is from the cartoon show Ewoks. It is Morag, one of the villains in the Ewok cartoons.
Oh boy. That's super obscure. Everyone's wrong. You get no prize.
Hey, I watched it, so
I watched it too. I was a baby.
yeah, I wasn't a baby. Although you look at that and you're like, are you sure that's a she? Chris says Dash City.
Or like Audacity.
Okay, so
Audacity to pick this.
well, time to get off the forest moon and go to another planet.
Oh no. Well, it's been fun, everyone.
Chris
It's nice being
says
some
no. I mean,
answers.
Chris says no. I mean the score. Outcast says I saw the cartoons, but I don't remember the character. But the antenna looked familiar. Well, it's spelled Morag. If you want to look it up. But probably more after you do this round. If you can get this round.
I I can guess, but I'm not sure if I'll get it right.
Well, that's half the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Sometimes.
guess so. It's a gamble.
People are searching. Chris says Poe animated version. Is there an animated version of Poe? Chris said,
Eventually
yeah.
there will be.
Chris says, yep, that's my guess. A cartoon Poe. Oh, that really tells Chris something. Chris says, I don't think so. There's a comic. Now we're just waiting on Outcast. Because I think, well, I should be able to get in contact with Metal. I'm thinking next week will be 80s manga.
Ooh.
Manga anime, you know.
That'll be tough. Most people don't know anything before they were born, and I feel like most of your audience is like born in 2000.
Chris is older than me. Raul's younger than me. I think Outcast is around probably your age to my age. No, you're older. No, I'm not sure. I forget whether you're older or younger than me.
Oh, I'm a baby.
And although definitely Fitzchozo is younger than me, but he knows a lot of stuff. Angela Starr says, I made a fanfic with my Star Wars character, Lara Starfell. She wakes up old man Anakin Skywalker, played by Sebastian Starr, with a megaphone because he won't wake up to tell him Ahsoka is in danger. Outcast says he's 51. So you're about 2 years, a year and something younger than me, because I'm going to be 53 in June. Next month.
So everyone here is a baby.
50 is not a baby.
Oh, okay.
Fitzchozo is the baby. He's like 23.
Aha. Okay.
Raul, I think he's actually in his 30s too, so. Although he could be in his 20s, I'm not 100% sure.
Need to target a younger audience. All these, seems like all the independent comic collectors and fans are kind of older.
Yeah. Outcast, are you guessing on this or not? Because Fitzgerald says he's 24. Okay, you've had a birthday since I last knew. No one gets repeated in this game. You could have a repeat, like I've done sci-fi, which involves Star Wars, so there could have been a same character overlap from them. I'm trying not to. When I do a part 2 to this, probably next year, maybe around May the 4th.
I see what you did there.
I will probably try and not repeat these characters, but laugh out loud. No, I mean the same night. No, definitely not. Oh, Poe, I guess. Well, are you going to guess Poe too, or are you going to guess something else?
Oh, wow. We're still going?
Yeah, well, Outcast finally made a guess. This is the last one, last guess. This is the Omega guess for the evening.
Golly. There's no repeats?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Oh boy. I'll have to look it up too.
You're gonna do a quick look up before you guess?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I know who I want to say it is. which is
Okay.
probably wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay. And you're going to say who?
Oh, everyone's a guest.
Yeah.
I'll say Ezra Bridger. Ezra.
Nope. Wrong.
Oh man.
Although probably that character and maybe even Poe was maybe made from this character. But this character was probably made from Han Solo a little bit. This is.
Are you going to say Dash Rendar?
No, this is Jan Tosh from Droids.
Oh man. Ah. Darn it. I remember that show when I was a kid too. Was this a prequel? Or was it after Star Wars?
You never knew. I couldn't really tell. With obviously Ewok, I'm not even sure where the Ewoks
Ewoks
was.
is post Return of the Jedi, I think, but I was never sure about this.
Yeah, even with this one, because of course you were following R2D2 and C3PO around, and they had a whole bunch of different owners.
So it was a prequel.
Well, it could have. Yeah, I guess you would say it was somewhere between the original. Well, not the prequels, the ending of the prequels, and thing, because in the first episode, their owner and that comes across a lightsaber, and they're a lightsaber, and it made it seem like it was Luke. Everybody at the time would have thought it was Luke's, but it could have easily been Anakin's, or somebody like, or some.
That's true. That could have been Anakin.
Yeah.
What color was it? If it was blue, that means it was the one that he would shoot out to Anakin.
Yeah. Well, R2 didn't have it on him. It wasn't R2's. Just, I think it was this guy too. They came across a lightsaber in the episode, the first episode.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't like R2 or C3PO had it. It was, I think they found it in a land speeder or something like that. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I saw that, but automatically I was thinking this was after Return of the Jedi, and they're just, bouncing around the galaxy. But now, with what we have been told that happened in the sequels, it doesn't seem like that would be the case. And in some ways, even when we know what happened after, whatchamacallit, the third one, number 3, it really doesn't seem like it'd be the case either, but it seems more likely after that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because if it's after Revenge of the Sith, that would mean that they were lost, and then they'd have to get found again by the Organas. But they start episode 4 with Leia on the Rebel ship.
Yeah.
So that means that she already found them. And if it's post Jedi, that would mean that they left after, the Endor fight. And
yeah,
I'm not really sure.
Of course, like beforehand,
The sequel trilogy said that R2D2 left with Luke.
Yeah. So it's just some things, especially at the time, made it seem like it was after Jedi, but now with what we know, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. It would fit better before, I guess.
Yeah, I think it would fit a little bit better before. Chris says, yeah, I think it was a Saturday mornings. Yeah, I believe it was. And Outcast says it was. Did Choza do the 100 points? No, he did not. So he just got whatever points he got this week, added onto his score. So I think you pulled ahead of him again for first place for the full season. Of course, he's still in second place in this season.
it's possible that whatever we do next, whenever he chooses a 100 points thing next, he could get very closely tied to you or above. 100 points right now would probably put him still a little bit under you. And the reason I say 100 points is because you spend 100 points, that puts him back down to 100 and whatever. And then if he gets the extra points, that's 200. So, that puts him up 100 points.
That's right.
So, if he got 100 points today, that'd put him at 312 plus, whatever he got today. I believe we're gonna do 80s manga anime / anime. Fitzchozo. I gotta get in touch with Metal, not that that's hard, and see whether he can help me with that. Although 80s,
Yeah.
I might not be too bad, but then again, I probably only know 2 or 3 80s, and they might more be 70s, of course. Gatchaman, Astro Boy,
Astro Boy 60s, but they did have a series in the 80s too.
yeah,
Gatchaman, I think that's 60s too, or was it 70s?
Yeah, it's probably 70s, or as we would know it over here, Battle of the Planets, and Robotech was the other one I was thinking.
Yeah, my brother loved that show. My older brother.
Because we
I didn't get it.
Episode 10 was 90s manga, so it's been like this. So it'll be episode 19, so it'll be like 10 episodes since we done it. So
Just gotta make sure you don't have repeats.
Yeah, well, let me. I love how nobody got the last two.
Yeah, those were tough.
And I watched both of those cartoons. I probably wouldn't have got them either. Because till I can't.
Some people don't care about them unless they say, "Oh, these are canon," and they say, "Oh, those aren't canon." People don't care, but I like to try to fit everything in.
Yeah. Transor Z says Outcast. So I'm just saving the score. From this week. That way, for next week, I can put it up. Yeah, I knew I wanted to include droids and Ewoks. And I knew I'd have to probably make those last. I knew those were going to be the hardest ones for people.
Mm-hmm.
And then with doing
it seems like they wanted to erase those from existence, like they didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I think it's yes and no. Just people just don't know about. Most people don't remember them. Like it's people like us that watched them as kids that know about them, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I don't know how much like in 30, 40 years, how much are people going to remember, the Bad Batch or, some of the cartoons from today and all that, for Star Wars? Are they going to be as obscure as, the ones that we have now? Or like Ewoks or droids? And both of those only lasted like a season, too.
That's true.
And that was sad.
Well, I guess they're just stories, standalone stories.
Yeah.
Plus, they bring them up again later. It's Easter egg.
Yeah, it would be nice to see, especially the droids ones, to figure out where it fit in. The Ewoks ones, I don't think it matters. It could be before. It could be before or after.
Before Jedi or after.
Because although Wicket is in both, like the movies, and Wicket is the star of the Ewoks ones, but it could easily be after. Although we get a lot of lore for the Ewoks from the cartoons. We get, 3 or 4 of the enemies that they fought on a constant basis, like the ones the woman that I shown, Morag, and then there was skinny guys too that had their own tribe of things, and that's what I was looking for at first. And then I came across her, and I'm like, oh yeah. I barely remembered her, so I'm like, okay, yeah, she's definitely good for 14 or 15. And I just thought I'd end it with this one. But
if they'll ever bring him back.
Jan Toss? Yeah.
I didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, but maybe he was in that.
No. I didn't see him, not that I'd remember him, but like I said, it would be neat to see some of the things in, and they had like quite a few. That was a real anthology series, every 3 or 4 episodes, they were with new owners, R2 and C-3PO, so.
Yeah, that's a cool way to show their story.
Yeah. And explore the galaxy, got some more thing. I think they even started on Tatooine.
Huh? Where? What?
In the cartoon.
Oh, Tatooine?
Tatooine, or Tatooine, however you pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
Droids. Not Cattoon. Cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Expect more with Clutch.
I just skip that. In fact, I think partly where what's his name, and he actually probably would have got it. Tim probably might have got this guy, because I think he took inspiration he took a big inspiration from Zed and Odysseus from R2-D2 and C-3PO. So I think he watched Droids too. So, and I think, liked it probably a little bit more than us, although he's a little younger. So he might have got this if he was here.
Yeah, it's really interesting seeing characters who are not Jedi or part of the main series just to get a bigger view of the universe, I mean, the galaxy, that is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much in this. Yeah, they're on a desert planet. Oh, this isn't. Yeah, it is thing. It wasn't. He wasn't the first one then. I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
Yeah, eventually I'll watch it. But I've got a back catalog that's pretty big, so I've got a lot of shows I need to catch up on.
Let's see. Yeah, Cat says it does look like a skinny version of Melvin. Yeah, maybe he was influenced for Melvin by this. But anyways, yes.
Subconscious.
Next week it looks like we're going to do 80s manga. If it changes, I'll let everybody know. I gotta get in touch with Metal. So hopefully everybody enjoyed tonight. I think it was a pretty good one for Star Wars. I think for the release of He-Man, the week it comes out, a couple days later, we're going to do He-Man characters.
That'll be something.
And that's going to be hard to find obscure. I am already going over that. I started getting a list of characters for it. But I'm only going to stick to the original and the 2002 one. No Revelation or whatever, or Revolution, and none of the animated, the new CGI one. No whatchamacallit. No New Adventures of He-Man, and not even She-Ra. We're going just the original. The original plus the 2002. So.
Okay, that keeps it fair.
But that's in like 3 or 4 weeks, about 3 weeks from now. So next week is 80s manga. So yeah, I guess that's it. Anything you want to promote or say before we take off?
No, nothing comes to mind. Just have a great week, everyone. Be safe and out of trouble.
Yeah. Well, because I'm going away this weekend, there will be no hey Cross. Get to catch another stream. Yeah, just as we're ending. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Go for pup. But hello. I won't be on Saturday. So I'll be back Monday for some more Manga Mondays. When you're glad it's not Sunday. See you later. Bye for now.